It's really good to come along to an event like this, and today's been really, really valuable. We've already seen lots of conversations between the different commands and looking at how we can support Project ACHERON. We're all looking forward to doing something in the summer.
The big takeaway for me is it's an ACHERON launch event. I think that's a really good idea. I think the idea of having a launch event that showcases what we can do with integrated uncrewed systems is absolutely brilliant.
I'm here today to absorb all the good talking from our customers particularly, and also to see where the programme is going.
So I've been involved in MDIS really in my last two roles, primarily watching it as one of the game changers from the last SDSR. I've been really interested in how they've been given the freedoms to go after their outcomes.
The way it was run in terms of starting out with the academic, the kind of more the conceptual, what's the feedback from what we've seen in operational areas and the academic feedback from RUSI early on, then leading into, well, this is what we're trying to achieve, this is the story we're trying to do with ACHERON. And then actually I think one of the most powerful things is it wasn't the MDIS team stood up there today answering questions. It was frontline command standing up and saying, this is what we are going to do, this is what we are going to do turning up at ACHERON, and this is how we are going to try and achieve it.
I think the bit that's really struck me is the use of the mission strands for basing the experimentation around. That gives a real operational focus to it that certainly us in the military can understand. I think that's really important with innovation. You put it onto that operational point.
I'm pleased that we're talking about sense to side effect. There's a lot of good information around the different mission sets and how does it all work together. Really explains articulately the problem of multi-domain integration. As a Navy, we fight in all 5 domains. The other frontline commands fight in 4 of the 5 domains, so we all have multi-domain integrated problems within ourselves, and then working together amplifies it, and then working with partners and allies amplifies it yet again. I think it's a very important start, bringing the community together to understand the opportunities within ACHERON next summer, and particularly as we look to publish the uncrewed strategy towards the end of the year through a ministerial announcement. We see ACHERON as being a real opportunity to explore some of the opportunities within a strategic approach to uncrewed systems and defence.
And I've been really impressed today about the collaboration that I'm starting to see emerge from the 4 frontline commands, who are, to be frank, naturally tribal, naturally focused on their own use cases. So to see that coming together today is a really good thing.
And I think it's been really rewarding today to see that clarity of vision, particularly coming from the Royal Marines and the Maritime element. The vision that indicates where we've got to get to.
I think this is a really good example of a data-centric programme. They are considering the need of moving that data around the battle space. Who needs to see it when and for what effect. That's really my interest in it, and hopefully there are some elements of this that we can help accelerate into operational delivery.
I think it's really uplifting, and furthermore it's essential, because too often we find we're operating in stovepipes. Too often we find single services ploughing ahead without recognition of what's going on elsewhere.
It's good because we can get across different stovepipes of development, which is something we don't do probably enough. So it's good to see those different lines of development and then integrating them all together in a collective cause under ACHERON, under MDIS.
I think it's been a really good way of building that sort of cross-functional team, that rainbow team, and making sure you've got the right people in the room to help have a good discursive discussion about the needs for the programme and making sure it's at the same time still remains operationally focused.
I work in the Ministry of Defence. Will be very interested in the sort of big level lessons in what ACHERON achieves, what it tells us about how we can accelerate uncrewed capabilities going forward, and where we can really focus alongside industry to really make the UK world leading in uncrewed systems. My team in Navy Command, the Digital and C5ISR Capability Sponsorship team, report under me. They work with MDIS team all the time, operational experimentation. We're developing StrikeNet architecture, of which MDIS is forming part of that overall architecture. So yeah, the relationship will go forward.